Hello, dear 8 billion friends of this beautiful planet, and especially those who seek silence and nature and excellent health. And here you see little goose, small ones. They just went away, far away, but they are here. And this is one of the most beautiful places in one of the most beautiful cities I ever lived in. It's in Nijmegen. But this video is not about nature and not about stupid news, but it is about my son AMAR. And now I will show you a photo of my son. I prepared something for you guys, and let me show you the photo, that you know who I'm talking about. So this is AMAR. He was born on 10 December 1991, and this was probably one of the happiest moments ever in my life. And this is his PhD in University of Gent, and the name of AMAR is AMAR Daniel Emmanuel van Laar. And to start you off, this is his colleague, also a food scientist from Wageningen. Wageningen is the best university in the world about food, agriculture and sustainability. It's incredible. And so, but first AMAR went to Maastricht University to study medical sciences, to become a medical scientist and do research into immunology, pharmacology, and how to prevent and sometimes even heal cancer with new, better developments in medical science. So he first did Maastricht University to learn about the basics of medical research related to how to prevent and possibly even heal cancer. For example, we started with being able to heal maybe 5% of cancer, and that was maybe 50 years ago, and now it's already between 70 and 80% of cancers, of certain kind of cancer for children. So the science is doing a great job. But AMAR wanted to know first the medical story, to understand the medical research and the immunology. But then he wanted to understand more about food. So he went to the University of Wageningen, AMAR and his colleague, to understand more what can you do with lifestyle and food to maybe make patients stronger and to recover faster from cancer and from other chronic diseases. And well, he proved in Wageningen University with his colleagues that if you use endocannabinoids and beta-glucans, then it can have a very positive effect on the prevention of cancer, but even in some cases help to heal cancer. And of course, you have always to do personalized medicine, which is looking at what is best for these patients and what kind of lifestyle adaptations and food and exercise and relaxation and sleep, and of course no smoking, no alcohol. So how can you with preventive medicine help more patients? That he did in Wageningen. And then they asked AMAR, because he had such great results in Maastricht University and in Wageningen University, you know, all 9s and 10s for chemistry, biology, pharmacology, statistics, science. So, you know, the good news is that for AMAR, his grandpapa from the other side, he was brilliant in chemistry and brilliant in mathematics. So it's very good to have good genes, you know. And from my father, this is my father when he married my mother. It's my family book that I made for my brothers. But my father, he was the mayor, and he was very good in philosophy, in ethics, in law. So he was very, very smart. He spoke 6 languages fluently. He was very good in chess. And so AMAR has a lot of advantages from his family. And even in Gent, when he did metabolic health impact of rare sugars in cell models simulating the gut-liver muscle axis, he was discovering that bad sugars will make the chronic diseases worse and can cause diabetes, obesity, heart disease, even make cancer worse. But the rare, complex, healthy sugars, like we find, as AMAR explained me, in sweet potatoes from Peru, some kind of sweet potatoes, and some kind of very good quality organic honey, these rare sugars can help you to improve your health and prevent diabetes, and even help to heal diabetes. For example, Professor Hanno Pell, who also knows a lot about diabetes. He is one of the most famous diabetes professors in the world, and he does research what foods can do to help patients with diabetes. And also he made the same conclusion as my son AMAR, that indeed diabetes too, if you're early enough, you can completely heal it with food and lifestyle. Of course you need to do food, exercise, relaxation, no smoking, no alcohol, and no bad behavior, and mostly good behavior. So Professor Hanno Pell and also Professor Esther Aerts from the Radboud University in Donders, and also Professor Erik Scherder. He is a neuropsychologist, and he is very much into, as a neuropsychologist, into the brain, but also he knows a lot about exercise as a health scientist. And well, he is a hero for preventive medicine, as is of course AMAR, as is of course his colleague Ai-Lin Ko, and as is of course Hanno Pell, where is it? Hanno Pell, and Jaap Seidel, and of course Professor Marcel Olde-Rickert from the Radboud University also knows a lot about how to prevent Alzheimer and how to help patients with Alzheimer. And to talk about Alzheimer, why are AMAR and me so interested in cancer and Alzheimer? Well, this is my mama, and she was almost 100 years old, but she died from Alzheimer, you know. And this is my papa, and he was a very bright man, you know, as I said, spoke 6 languages, very good in chess and philosophy, a very good brain, helping people. Like AMAR, you know, has a very big passion to help people with food and sustainability and the planet. But my father also died from Alzheimer. So I have to run very fast, and I have to eat very healthy, you know. I need to eat, like Ivan Wolf was also into preventive medicine, you know. I need to eat very healthy and make sure that I don't take too much sugar, too much wrong fats, you know. So I have to eat very healthy to make sure that I don't get sick. And I had in 1991, after my cum laude for preventive medicine, I created my own institute for preventive medicine and a lifelong healthy life. And 4 of the insurances, they were paying for our programs, and we had prevention of obesity programs or getting rid of obesity, stop smoking, and do more exercise, do more relaxation, yoga. So we were the first team in 1991 for preventive medicine that had so many programs and so many different professions. Like we had 2 doctors to do the diagnosis and to test the blood. If your LDL is too high and your cholesterol is too high, and if you don't have enough B12 and not enough folium, so we were testing the blood. Then the 2 health scientists, we made the health program, and then so we had then 3 food scientists from also from University of Wageningen to help us with the food, and then we had 2 psychologs, and we not only did stress management, but we also did basically feeling good, you know, just like in Okinawa people try to relax and work in nature, and this is the oldest population. Most 100 plus women we see in Okinawa, and they rarely have Alzheimer, they rarely have chronic disease, they're still very strong. But now we discovered that even in the borders between Bolivia and Brazil and Peru, there is a native population that even has less Alzheimer and chronic disease than in Okinawa. So I want to now develop with AMAR and with our team of preventive medicine a program, just like Professor Esther Aert. She now tries to do lifestyle programs to develop, to do prevention in Alzheimer and improve cognitive functioning. She also wants to improve the gut flora, you know, and you know, gut flora has a very big relationship with the brain. So eat more vegetables, eat more fibers, do more fermentation of miso and yogurt and sauerkraut. So now going back to AMAR, he studied for more than 12 years in medical sciences, food sciences, and then in Gent as a food engineer to change the sugars and produce healthy sugars. And if we can do this in the food industry, this will be not a million, but maybe even $1 billion business. So why is it that in the supermarket 80% of the food is not healthy, as research said, you know, the supermarkets in the Netherlands? Like, okay, the fruit is good, the vegetables are good, the fibers are good, you know, the nuts and the seeds are good, you know, the whole grains are good, you know, organic eggs are good, good tox-free salmon fish is good for the omega-3. But how can we change the mentality of our government to invest more in preventive medicine? You know, all the money goes to, most of the money goes into pharmacological research, which is very important. But we also need to invest much more in the things that Hanno Peil says, you know? And that Erik Scherder, Professor Erik Scherder says, invest more in prevention, in exercise for everybody. Invest more in healthy food, you know, like Ivan Wolfer says, lose weight. Because it's a very big risk. Most people who died from COVID had obesity, you know, and big time obesity. And also Hanno Peil, he's not only looking at research, Professor Hanno Peil, into diabetes too, and food, but also in other chronic diseases like Alzheimer, like heart disease. And now 80% of 80% of all the money in the government of the Netherlands is going to 25% of all the money goes to healthcare. So, and it will go up to 30, 40, maybe even 50% if we don't do more prevention because of the demography, you know. Like people get older and get more chronic diseases, and that's why this study of AMAR and also this study of Hanno Peil and this study of Erik Scherder and of Jaap Seidel and this study of Dr. Servan Schreiber, How to Prevent Cancer, and this book of Ivan Wolfers, To Have a Healthy Lifestyle, you know, is super important. So going back to Okinawa, you know, the best, most oldest people. But how do you get old? You know, is it genes, or is it lifestyle, or is it environment, or is it the law? And I think, you know, in Okinawa, it's all of these things. You know, like when I lived for 3 years in Barcelona, I was much healthier, you know. I didn't have my asthma, I didn't have my hay fever, I had much more energy, I was swimming every day in the ocean. And so the environment and the lifestyle and the social support and having your own organic garden outside, you know, and to make sure that we make the laws that you make the good food much more cheap, and the bad food more expensive. And this is just an illusion, eh? Never sick again. I mean, look at the family of Amar, you know, my brothers, you know, we get sick, you know. And my older brother, Jacques, died from cancer. And that was one of the reasons why I started studying, you know, like this is my brother Ronald, this is my brother Fons, they both are artists. This is me, health scientist, preventive medicine, just like Amar, only Amar is 10,000 times more intelligent than me in medical and chemical research. This is my brother, Eddie. He's a teacher in biology and chemistry, and he was teaching students to become good in chemistry and biology. And he will interview my son about his PhD work in Gent about the rare sugars, which is a pretty complicated story. So we try to make it as simple as possible for you. And this is Paul. He is a professor in the French language at the University of Sorbonne. This is my youngest brother. No, my youngest brother Erik, and he is a technical engineer in the University of Eindhoven. And Jacques is missing because he died. And there's another brother who is not on this photo. So, yeah. So I hope this is a good introduction to Amar, you know. Amar was born on 10 December 1991 on the Day of Human Rights. And this one is good for AMAR. Ik denk altijd eerst goed na voordat ik iets stoms zeg. Like, he thinks before he speaks, and he's very, very wise, and he's very good into science, in thinking, in analyzing, in chemistry, in biology, in pharmacology, but also in sustainability and in politics. You know, he wants to make the environment much more strong. And the last thing I want to say about AMAR, he has a very, very beautiful, lovely doctor from Nepal, Dr. Lakshmi, and he's very much in love with her, and they will marry very soon. And the amazing thing about Lakshmi, Dr. Lakshmi from Nepal, from top of Himalayas, the amazing thing of Dr. Lakshmi is she had hundreds of COVID patients, and no one of these patients died. Nobody. So this is a very big accomplishment, because she made sure that she got the medicine from the West, and also she was, doing everything to make them better. And on average, much more people in Nepal died from COVID than 0%. So she's a very incredible doctor and very much in love with my son. So now, I want to say something more about that AMAR is also a brilliant musician, and he loves the Beatles, and he loves also Levina Meyer and harp play. And like his grandfather, he also was not only brilliant in chemistry and in mathematics, but he was also brilliant in music. So, and also, like Einstein said, look deeper into nature, and you will understand everything much better, And AMAR is looking very deep into nature and understand how we can heal cancer, how we can heal diabetes, how we can use lifestyle, and how we can understand nature better. And also, like Einstein said, you can live like everything is a miracle, or like nothing is a miracle. And for me, every day is a miracle, Every breath is a miracle, and every little bird is a miracle. So I'm very grateful to be alive, and I thank you for being as wise as Einstein, that everything is a miracle, every breath is a miracle. And to stop this, I also want to say that every doctor should understand that Charlie Chaplin was right, we think too much, we feel too little. I love AMAR and his big thinking abilities, but the inner peace and the heart is even more important